Hi and welcome. I'm John and this is Unique Wargaming Terrain. Guys, welcome back. For everyone that's new, this is the weekly Wednesday Wargaming questions and answers. It's an off-the-cuff video, guys. What that means is I record, upload. There is no fancy editing skills. You won't see my intro symbol at the beginning. I do have transition buttons so that if I do get disturbed, I can stop filming and wait for that to pass and then carry on. These weekly Wednesdays are basically Q&A. You guys ask me questions and I answer. They are primarily model focused and it's primarily, GW stuff of which it's 99.9% 40k. Because 40k at the moment it's amazing. It's been amazing for the last number of years. There is terrain questions from time to time. There's information about myself and what's going on in the workshop. And we have a weekly vote, which I'll get onto when we get to it. Now I do apologise for the lack of content last week as much because I know there was just over 2 hours worth of content. One of it being a battle report. I had flu for the last 4 days, so Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and I was off the whole weekend. And I just couldn't. I came over here maybe an hour on Friday to try and carry on the Let's Build that I'm building, and I just couldn't. I felt it was just cold, but I just felt so rotten. I've still got the sniffy nose, but half now I'm grand. Today I went to Mark's and we had an amazing battle report. We had an amazing battle. Didn't record it, but next week he says I'm going to come over and bring those over here and we'll record it for the channel. It was Custodes versus Chaos Space Marines. It's the same Chaos list that I had on the last battle report, only because where I was sick and they were on the table ready for me to put away. I just said, look, I'll just bring those rather than do a list and start hunting through boxes for things and everything else. Great. One thing I'd say to you, if you're facing Custodes, do not engage them in combat. Do not get into combat with them. That was not my plan. Just kept saying to myself, don't get in combat, don't get in combat. Ended up in combat. Oh. But no, it was a very good game. Very good game. They are very tough, but they do not like damage through weapons because they have 3 wounds. But a good way to fight them as well is to hit them with things like lethal hits. Don't hit them with death wounds or mortal wounds because they get 4+ when I play against it. But yeah, it was a very good game. So hopefully, next week is hopefully Mark will be coming over with them, and he said to me he wants to put them against Eldari. He thinks that's going to be a good matchup, and I said okay. So it'll be my Eldari force versus his Custodes, hopefully next week. Of which I've got 5 more Blade Guard Wraith Guard to build because I want a 10-man squad of Wraith Guard. So I think they'll be taking them out very easily. They have lethal hits with the Spirit Seer, +1 tip because of the Spirit Seer, and they have dev wounds, which gives them the 4+ when they're playing for more wounds. But we'll see what happens there. Now there was a question about Let's Builds. I haven't seen Let's Builds for a while. What's happening? There's Let's Build on the table here. Okay. There's another question here, which I'm going to, when I answer that, it's going to reveal what I'm building. I'm building a unit of these guys. There's 7 in the box. I'm building them on camera. But I've got the same unit 2 more times. So I'm building 1 on camera and then 2 off camera. Now I wasn't going to say anything in that video. I was going to surprise you at the end with 21 of these models. But the problem is where I've been sick, and where I do 1 model on camera and doing the same model again twice off camera, and then the next model, and then it's taking its time a little bit. But where I've been sick, I've not been able to spend as much time as I wanted to get them done. They should be done by now, but if I was just doing the 1 box, they'll be done because I've got 9 finished, another 3 building. Now, I could have just done the 1 box, but then as I said to Mark earlier, I'd be kicking myself in the ass because I'd have 2 boxes sitting there, and then trying to get time to do those off camera would just be. So I said, no, let me just do them all in one go and get them done. And I'll reveal what they are in a little bit. What do you think about the new Custodians box and the new Orc box? It's a good question. The Custodians box I thought was brilliant. I like it. But as Mark pointed out to me earlier, there's a squad of 6 guys in there. They're like 100 points a model. You know, you're playing 2,000 point games, it's like 600 points on one, you know, one unit. It's as if the sales for them are not very that great, so they've pushed them into the box to try and get rid of stock and to try and then make people go, actually I like these, let me get another box. Excuse me, that kind of way. But apart from that, the rest of the guys look good in there. Will I get the box? I want to. Of course I want to. That box added to the few custodians that I have already, and the Sisters of Silence, would be nice, but I don't know. I'm not overly pushed on it. The Orc box now, when I first looked at it, I was like, wow, I like that. Because the Stomper's a €100 model, thereabouts. But I've heard so many bad things about how much of a waste of points it is, because it's just, unless you can actually get it into combat, which is very difficult because of how big it is and it's an easy target to be shot at, but I like that box. I thought it was a really cool box. Again, it might be the thing with the Stomper, might be just be to get people like myself to go, oh, I like that. That's a €100 model, and you'll sell the box for like 150 quid with the codex and blah blah blah. Ooh. Now, I presume the codex is coming with these boxes, same as, you know, the Recruit one and the Archangel one and all that sort of stuff. I haven't heard anything different. But again, I want it, but I don't know if it's going to be worth it for me in terms of, I don't know how much the Stomper is in points. Let's say it's 400 points. It's probably a lot less, but let's say it's 400 points. By the time I have you, I'm going to be hit 2,000 points with very little models on the table. I don't know. I like it. I do like it, but I don't know if I'm going to go for it. One way for me to look at it, really, if the codex is going to be in there, which I presume is going to be, codex is 42 quid, 42 euros. Stomper's about €100. So you're talking like 142 euros ish. So for me to field the Orcs, I'd need the codex anyway. And there's no harm having a Stomper. I'm not trying to sell myself with the idea. I'm just logically trying to think of, you know. Right. Last question. Wow. Over the last number of months, you have played 2 new armies at 2,000 points. What's next for them, and what is the next to hit 2,000 points? What's next for those armies? There's the Demons and the Eldari, for everyone that's new. Is just to start increasing their numbers. So for the Demons, I need to add more heroes. I need to probably add a few more infantry units of each. As I said last week, I'm thinking about breaking up the one unit of the Fantasy Demonettes, for example, and just rebasing them on the round bases. So that'd be 3 units of Demonettes I have for 40k then. That's, you know, that's what I'm thinking. But definitely some more heroes, you know, to lead them, because what I've noticed with that list with the codex there, when the heroes go in the unit, they actually get more of a benefit. Most heroes give more benefit to their bodyguard, but it makes them really tasty. I think the I can't remember what the Blood Debt ones get now, but I know there's the different heroes give them different things, and some of the heroes can match up, so you can have 2 of them in the unit. It's, you know, pretty tasty. The Eldari, I wanted to get a nice spinner, maybe a couple of prisms, 5 prisms. I wanted to get a couple of the Wave Serpent, I think it is, but they've changed the transport rule on the Wave Serpent now, so you still could put Wraith constructs in there, but you can't get as many models in there, so you couldn't pitch up with a 10 construct Wraith Blades or Wraith Guard with a Spirit Seer and just drop, you know, travel across the board and drop them all out. I think there's only 5 that can fit in there with the spruce here now. Which, you know, okay, that's cool, that's fair enough. But definitely some more aspect warriors. I've got 20 striking scorpions now. Probably some more banshees. The swooping hawks and the wall spiders when they come out in plastic, definitely 100%. I'm actually leaning towards getting another 3 boxes of Guardians. Now I say 3. Yeah, get another 3 boxes of Guardians, because the Combat Patrol magazine, when it arrives up, that's going to have a box of Guardians in it. So there's 6 units of Guardians. They're frontline troops, that's the max I can have. There's 6 Bright Lances. And when you start the game, this is my thinking, just, you know, working ahead. Have 1 on each flank. Have 2 on the home objective, just a couple of models from each unit on the objective, and then spreading them out. Then at the front, in front of those, have 2 more units with a couple of models each on the home objective. Sorry guys, I did feel fantastic earlier on, and I started getting worse again. As I was saying, yeah, so 2 Guardian units on the home objective, and then 2 more in front of those on the home objective from out, so those 2 at the front can go forward and head towards the central objective. Now, this is me just thinking maybe 3,000 point game, that type of area. For my first turn, I'm going to generate 4 fate dice just from those Guardian units there. Then every turn after that, I'm generating 2 more fate dice. So that's my way of thinking there. But then there's a lot of points. It's like 550 points or 660 points, something like that. I think they're 110 points for the unit. But there is 6 Bright Lances. I don't know. I'm not going to get any more poop Reapers until they're fit, until they sort their weapons out. But as I said to Mark earlier on, they're only an 80-point unit. And as he said to me, an 80-point unit of screening out the backfield and firing a couple of missiles off, or, you know, something like that, or say it does drop in, they can just ping a couple of shots at it. It's not too bad, but just not with their Phoenix Lord with them, or, you know, tune up points out. 80 points is not too bad if you can squeeze them in. The next army that I'm going to be hitting 2,000 points with. Now, I made a list of 2,000 points on the nose. But that does include 3 allied units. And that is, my friend, the Death Guard. That's what I'm let's building at the moment. 21 Death Guard Space Marines. A box of 7, and then I've got another box of 7, and then I've got 7 from the Combat Patrol box. Now, obviously, the one from the Combat Patrol box, it's the same numbers as the box one, but the sprues are together, and you're just trying to figure out where the rest of it is. But that is the plan. Now, those 2 units of Plague Bearers and the Nurglings that are going to join them, that might shrink down just to, you know, 1 unit of Plague Bearers, or might just get rid of them totally, depending what more, if I get any more Nurgle bits before, any Death Guard bits before that's ready, you know, ready to go. You know, so that's where we're at there. So I was gonna keep it a secret, and you know, just go, okay, well look, now we're using the secret army again, different secret army. And I thought, no, that didn't really, that sort of backfired on me last time. There was a little bit of hype for it, but there wasn't, as people just looked, tuned in to see what it was. Okay, yeah, I'm not interested. You know, so I'm not going to keep it a secret. I'm going to tell you what it is. But I'll tell you one thing about these sculpts. They are absolutely fantastic. The level of detail on them, I'm looking and thinking, I'm not going to be able to do Monday painting video on all, you know, it should be 25 of them by the time I'm finished. 21 front of those, and I've still have the old guys as well. I'm not going to be able to do it because there's so much detail. Just give an example. this guy here. Look at he's got a mouth on his chest. He's got pipes and spikes and just absolutely fantastic. It's actually an amazing sculpt. I don't think I'm doing it justice now, but you'll see it on the next build video. Hopefully I have it done this week. So what I'm going to do now, guys, we're going to for the vote. Now, how does the vote work for everyone that's new? I show you guys a host of models, and you guys chuck on below and vote on what you want me to paint for next Monday's painting video. Now, you can have as many votes as you want, but don't say I vote for everything. It doesn't count. You can say I vote for anything from the Space Marine, or anything from the Tyranid, or anything from the Eldari, or and that will count. If you're not sure what something's called, because some of them have crazy names, just give me a rough description of what it is. Don't give me its location, because when I'm looking on the computer to see who won the vote, I'm not going to be able to go, oh, hold on a minute, let me just run out and check. And Friday at 12 midday is when I look at the votes and start prepping whatever's won for Monday painting video. Now the plan as always is to start working on Sunday, which frees me up. I'm not under pressure on Monday to get done. That does always happen. A lot of the models from last week have been swapped out to keep it fresh. Last week, what one last week? Oh, the Chaos Space Marine one this was for this week. So there's no Chaos Marines in here. Okay, I do have the Jackals, a unit of Jackals in here, but that's it. But they're world eaters, so forgive me. I'm going to bring down show you models now. Right, we have the Eldari Night Spinner. We have a unit of the Eldari Wind Riders. We have the Eliminators. We have the Deathwing Knights. These are the older models. We have a Farseer. We have Gin Stealers. We have the Striking Scorpions, which is such an amazing sculpt. We have Tyranid Biovore. We have the Palatine from Sisters. We have the Gin Stealers Magnus. We have Dr. Octopus, because he got a few votes from Marvel Crisis Protocol. He got a few votes last week. I think he got one vote, but still he got voted on. We have the Space Marine Tyrannic Veteran from the 10th edition Leviathan box. We have the Saboteur from Genesis of the Cults. We have Inquisitor Shadowfax, or Greyfax, whatever her name is. We have the Admech Marshal. We have the Jackals. We have the Hive Tyrant. We have a unit of Wraith Guard, which if I get the other 5 built before next week, then they'll be, before Monday, then they'll be painted. If that wins, they'll be painted as well. We have the Necron Overlord with the Translocation Shroud. We have the Shield Captain, even though there's a new sculpt that coming out, which looks absolutely amazing, with 2 other guys that go with him. With the Changeling. We have the Biologist, the Apothecary Biologist for the 10th edition Leviathan box. Yeah, I thought I'd give you a close-up look at these guys. They're absolutely fantastic. The teeth on the stomach. Fantastic. Right, there's also a wild card vote. And the wild card is, you find out if it wins. There's also Creator's Choice. If that wins, then I pick a model and decide what I'm painting. So guys, any questions for me, chuck on below as always. Or you can go onto Unique Wargaming Terrain Facebook page. There's a messenger button there, click on the message button, you can message me directly. If you're new to the channel, subscribe to the channel. Turn your notifications on so you don't miss anything. Everyone smash the thumbs up button so it triggers YouTube to share this video to more people, which makes this amazing community of you guys grow even more. We're 780 now, which is absolutely fantastic. This sort of time last year, I think it was just under 500, so it's just actually mind-blowing. I mean, for me, I'm looking at numbers like, oh, come on, why is it not going up? And then it'll jump up, and it's just mind-blowing. But when I look back and see this time last year, a month or so this time last year, it was 496, I think it was, which is massive thumbs up to all of you guys, because without you guys I won't be doing this. So guys, hit the buttons for me, questions below, voting below. Until next time, take it easy guys.